Humane Society is offering a reward of up to $5,000 for information leading to the person responsible for starving 3 dogs in the Seattle area. We went to visit one of the dogs tonight. It is under a year old and was found near Pritchard Beach Park back on July 26th. A Good Samaritan brought the dog to a vet. The dog was barely able to walk and covered in urine. It was only 18 pounds. Investigators believe the dog was kept in a crate or other confined area where it was unable to move.
We've done a complete medical evaluation. There was no medical condition that was found to indicate that they should be in this condition, so it was completely a lack of calories, that these dogs are just not being fed enough.
2 other dogs were found together in South Seattle on August 14th that were also dehydrated and severely underweight. First-degree animal cruelty is a Class C felony punishable by 5 years in prison, a $10,000 fine, or both. If you know anyone who may have information about these dogs, call the Maine Shelter Information Line at 206-386-PETS. That's 206-386-7387.